Okay folks, today we're making a video. I'm going to show you two different ways to turn a bowl. If you are a beginner bowl turner, you want to use a scraper to learn first, so you can familiarize yourself with just how things work on a lathe, get the feel for the machine, and those kind of situations. A scraper is a tool like this. It's sharpened, and when you sharpen it, it causes a burr on the tip of the tool, and that's what you use as your cutting surface when you're working. So it's easy to just go in and cut. Okay? That is the scraper method. The other method is using a gouge. This is a gouge. It actually has a very sharp edge. As the wood is spinning, you will cut into the wood. And this is a little harder to learn to use than the scraper. And there's no rule as to which tool you use. I actually love the scraper. And I love the gouge too, and I use both of them. So there are certain situations where I will use a scraper instead of a gouge. And another good thing scrapers are very important for is once you've turned something and you want to smooth it out, you can take a scraper. There are different types. This is a scraper that you can go over the wood after you've turned it and smooth out all the little tool marks you've made. You'll see all of these little steps when I turn this bowl, but it's very important to start with a scraper. You'll get the hang of the wood and stuff, and later you can jump onto the gouge, and some turners don't even use the gouge. They only use the scraper. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to show you something real quick. This is a scraper tool I made. I'm going to show a video on just this. This is made with a pipe. It's not my idea. I got this idea from somebody else. And there's a tip on the very end. It's a scraper tip on the end of this pipe. The front of it is flattened so it can slide along the tool rest. And this is a very nice tool for scraping, especially large pieces of work. And I'll use this, and I'll go ahead and use this on this bowl when I'm turning some, just to show you. I'll use some different tools so you can see. Also, the tip that I use on this, I prefer the Craftsman high-speed carbon steel. It's the black tool with the brown wood handle. I think it was the latest tool, the last one they made. And I actually go on eBay and I buy the tools. I've got quite a supply now. I don't have to buy any more, but I buy the scraper tool, which actually I've got one right here. This is a scraper tool. This is what it is. This one right here. Craftsman High Speed. And I buy this tool and I break off the handle and I slide it into this tool, and as I use it, I pull it out when I need to get an extra new edge. And this is a great, great tool for turning. As a matter of fact, I've come to the conclusion, carbide's good, but when I put a burr on this piece of steel here, I think it's sharper than a carbide tool because you're using a very fine edge. Of course, you have to sharpen this like every 25 minutes, but it's very quick to just go over the tool. And also, when you make this tip, you want to keep it rounded. You don't want it flat. You want a rounded area. That way, when you go into the wood, you're going to go in very lightly. You're not going to go in real hard. And when you do go in, if you're scraping and you're trying to get rid of tool marks, you always want to go very lightly across the wood. Don't ever You're going to get gouge. You're going to get what's called tear out. You're going to get where you push too hard. You've gone deep into the wood. You're going to get that at first. But as you improve and practice, that'll go away. It'll probably take about a few weeks, depending on how much work you do. But you'll get those tear outs will disappear as you'll learn to handle the tool, and you'll learn how to, be very careful with it. At any rate, now that we've talked about that, I'm going to start with a gouge on this. I'm going to use a gouge, then I'm going to use a scraper to show you the difference. Are we still taping? Okay, we're still taping. Good. Okay, good. All right. Always wear a face mask. Keep your hands short sleeve. Don't have long sleeve shirt. Okay, we're going to start with the gouge. This is the gouge. Okay. Oh, let me get this started up. Ready? Gouge, you come in lightly. See how it's cutting. It's cutting. It's doing a cutting motion. Okay, you can see the gouge cut. And once it's cut, it rides on the surface you make. The rest of it rides on that surface. So that's the cutting method. Okay, that is cutting. Now we're going to show you scraping. Here's the scraping tool, the cutter. This is how you scrape. It actually does a really nice job, this tool. You can scrape. Now let me show you. Okay, now here's an area. Cut it out. And I'll show you with a smaller scraper. This is a scraper. So you can cut across. And a larger scraper over here somewhere. This is the scraper I use for the final because it's a little larger, it's easier to use for this particular. So there I'm going to go ahead and alright, I'm going to stop this and show you. You see that's nice and smooth. The scraper has scraped. See, it's scraping. You can actually see it scraped. So now I'm going to go ahead with the gouge again. And we're going to clean out some of this. Get my dust mask on. Don't want to be breathing this sawdust. Alrighty. Now, go ahead with the gouge again. This is the gouge. Let's speed it up a little bit. Alright. This is very, very hard maple I'm cutting right now. So I'm going to go back on the scraper again. I'm going to speed it up a little bit. Here's the shape. I love scraping, by the way.